Alright, it's about that time of the evening. I think it's last call for Kava at the Kava bar. So y'all get your last drinks. Be sure to tip your barkeep. How about another hand for Max Melner working the bar for you tonight? Yeah. That is the guy who makes it possible back there for you to drink your drink. Very cool. So yeah, I'm gonna close things out with a few poems, and appreciate y'all being here tonight. Keep in mind this Monday we got Poetry at the Altamont coming up. That's at the Altamont Theater over on Church Street. It's at 7:30 on Monday. Our featured poet this month is Luke Hankins. And it'll be a wild evening of poetry, I'm sure, as it always is over there. So come check us out. We have a lot of fun. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to mention, the Zealots are playing tomorrow night at the Emerald Lounge. So y'all come out and party with us. If you're looking for some good rock and roll on a Thursday night, come check us out at the Emerald Lounge tomorrow. I think it starts at 9. Cool. Couple of poems for the road. This one's doesn't even have a title. Just some lines. Limitless and ancient, the sky floating on its dark bed. The fireflies hover unbalanced above the cricket song in the grass. Stories from rooftops pour over into nothing and into earth. The drainage pipes spill into creeks and rivers, finding the lowest places. At the bottom of everything, in the darkness, there is another sky, stark and trembling, the curvature of her body and the ground. Thank you. These are a couple of short poems by the Dong Dynasty poet Chia Dao of the Mike O'Connor translation. We're visiting together when the sun goes down in a forest of 1,000 trees, not yet bare of leaves. A rock-tangled creek flows out the valley. Mountain rain drips on a perching owl. Around our lamp, we hear the water clock flow. Thanks to the host, the guest stays up late. We enjoyed this evening fully, but if the moon had shone. Spending the night at a villager's pavilion. The pillow for his bed is a rock from midstream. The spring from the well bottom flows to a pond through bamboo. The night is half gone, but the guest hasn't slept. He alone hears the mountain rain arrive. Seeking but not finding the recluse. Under pines I ask the boy. He says, my master's gone to gather herbs. I only know he's on this mountain, but the clouds are too deep to know where. And seen off a man of the Dow. When I find you again, it will be in mountains. This morning I lose you once more to farewell. Free of attachment in heart and mind, is it why you can go 10,000 li alone? To places with such little human warmth, where when you meet someone, they speak an ancient tongue. Traveling without disciples, you have only a white dog for company. This is one I wrote a long time ago. It's called All Weird Versions of People You Know Around the Campfire. They're all there. There's Sam with his face and rat eyes, just elephantized in the nose. He'd always had jesterous cheeks, and all the kids who don't know how to act. And there's Uncle Ed and Cousin Billy. Grandpa has extra knobs on his head. Your third grade teacher is wailing on a drum, Coltrane in a corner puffing sax. And look at that guy. He's a cross between Brian and David, an old woman in a stump. And there's an almost perfect Abe Lincoln, but wearing a baseball cap. A friend you have not seen in years. Henry being honest on rooftops. A guy you'd picture Muhammad looking like. Rhett with his face a little furrier. And my personal god for the evening, the Lion King, on drums. There's Mary, Kathy, Tom, Ernie, Christian, and Gordon. They all turn into different elves after long enough, bending the air with imaginary words. And there you are, with long hair, taking too long, as usual. Your friends, family, past lovers, anyone, all dancing around the fire. Some topless, others cross-eyed, familiar faces, distorted in the firelight. And this is called Sage Dream. I think Kevin read a Salvia poem the other week.
That's true.
I caught on to that. Sorry to call you out.
Oh, that's fun.
For those who didn't get the reference. This is called Sage Dream. A black dog accosted me. When it would chew my hand, I would put my foot under its throat, and it would release. I told the man under the stall that I knew a way out. He believed me. He really, really wanted to believe me. The yard was related to an ancient Oaxaca plant, and he was nearly mad because of it. He was obviously no stranger to this realm. All the while, the great lady blew the cool, gentle breeze upon the side of my face. Thank you. Immaculate mushrooms. Immaculate mushrooms dawn from the skies where the earth touches. They spread their fleshy heads up, 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 as if longing, before the winds take their spores and the flesh becomes watery and black. Bless those little heads, sprouting like children from the hills, calling, calling, calling us. And this is one by the London poet James Mackay. This is called Harvest. During these days, by custom, beneath the glamour of the northern hills, All the little objects glare and flutter, seethe and dance to the singing of the world in all its weaves and pores, grains and fibers. Here's to beauty, coming on through the walls of a dark house, and arrives like a body blow or a screaming puncture. Here's to rare connections that grow deep with the seasons, and more strange and rarer still. Thank you very much. I got one more for y'all. Thanks for being here tonight. This is by Rumi of the Coleman Barks translation. It's called A Grainy Taste. Without a net, I catch a falcon and release it to the sky, hunting for God. This wine I drink today was never held in a clay jar. I love this world, even as I hear the great wind of leaving it rising. For there's a grainy taste I prefer to every idea of heaven. Human friendship. Good night.